Welcome once again to my channel. Today we want to look at the sales data and we want to use our pivot for it. We're also going to try some new type of charts on our dashboard. The objective is on the description center, so do well to read through it so you can know exactly what we're trying to achieve here. So let's get right into it. Go to get data from file from workbook, and the file is on my desktop. So I'll scroll down to get the file, and this is it. Now click on import. Click on table 1, and there's the file we want to work with. So transform data for it to go to take me to the Power Query editor. So we're right here. So we have our date column, and we have from 2014 to 2015. Suffice to say that this is a data for 2 years. We have branch here, and the branch consists of GRA, town, and WOG. Okay. Then we have our sales agents. Yes, people need to run the business. So we have 11 sales agents, Blessing, Chinedu, Chama, etc. We have our products, and we have Apple, Compaq, Dell, HP, Lenovo. Now we know that this is what? A laptop sales company. Next, we have unit and we have price. So let's look at our data type. We have date here, it's accurate. We have text as branch, yes. We have sales agent ABC, ABC, okay. And unit we have 1 to 3, also accurate. And price we have 1.2. So we need to change this to currency. Now we have unit price and we have price, but we don't have what? Our total sales. So we have to times unit times price to get our total sales. To do that, click on unit, hold your shift down and click on price. Next, click on add column. I'm sorry, add column, sorry. We click on standard drop down and click on multiply. And we have this here. So we have to change this to total sales. Next, we want to create a calendar date. I don't want to do that on this our main table. So let's just do that. We'll come here and we're going to name this as, let's just say, fact table. Next, come right here, right click on this and duplicate this. And we're going to rename this as calendar. Okay, so let's click on this. Right click on dates and say remove other columns. Now we have other columns removed. Next, we're going to duplicate this because we want to create a calendar. So we want to duplicate this. So I click and say remove duplicates. So we have done that. Next, we're going to create a year, a month, and day from this. To do that, click on this and come to this date drop down. We're going to click on year, come back here, click right on this again. We're going to click on name of month. Again, we're going to click on name of day. Now I want to make an abbreviation. You see, we have September. We want just the first three letters of this. So we have sept, June, Sept, Nov, Oct. So click on this, click on transform, extract. I want to extract the first three characters. So it's asking you enter how many starting characters to keep. I want to keep three. Okay, and we have this. We'll do same for the name. Okay, with this we're good to go. So let's add our calendar to our fact table. So click on the fact table. Let's go back to home. Merge queries. So we want to merge calendar. So what is in this fact table that is also in calendar? We can see date, year are the same. So we click on date on the fact table and click on date on the calendar table. Now it's giving us showing us the selection matches 43 or 43 row from the first table. So we click on OK. So we have this here. Next, we just want to keep the dates from this. So let's just select dates and click OK. So we have calendar dates here. So we'll go back here and delete this first date. Remove. Okay, so we are good to go. So let's close and load and let it take us back to Excel. And you say we have our two tables here. So we need to name this to dates. Okay, now we need to link both the calendar and the facts table. And to do that, we have to use the power pivot to create a relationship between the two tables. So click on a data point, go to power pivot, and click on add to data model. And this takes you to the power pivot page. So wait while it loads. Okay, so we have our facts table here already. So next, we need to go back to Excel and bring in the calendar table. So click on Excel button right here, click on calendar, click on a data point, go to Power Pivot and click on Add to Data Model. Okay, so we have our calendar table here. Let's create a relationship between the two tables. Let's create a data model. So go to Home, click on the diagram view. So these are our two tables. So we know that dates on calendar and dates on the fact table are one and the same. So we just what? Connect both of them. And here we have it. One too many connection. One date on this calendar table might mean numerous dates on this fact table. So we've created a relationship. So now let's go into building our submodels. So let's just go back to Excel. Click on Insert, Pivot Table. We'll check this and okay. So this is our calendar. When you click all, we have both calendar table and our fact table. So first, we want to see our agents. Let's do sales by agents. Let's know the three best performing agents and who to be made manager. Okay, so we've taken our agents, sales agent to row and total sales to values. So we need to format this number format and we want them in currency. Change this to 0 and click OK. So we have this as this. So let's do from highest to lowest. I click here, go to sort, and let's sort from what? Largest to smallest. Now we can see Emeka is the top selling agent, followed by Choma and followed by Tolu. Yeah, supporting that insight. But let's see how they do. Let's confirm if Emeka is really the best selling agent or not. So let's bring in our year. Let's use that to confirm. So let's take year to column. Now, if we check this year, we can see that Emeka sold 3,109. You can see, right? For 2 years. In 2014, he sold $1,479,000. And in 2015, he sold $1,631. But now we can see Chioma. Chioma worked for just 2014 and she made a total of what Emeka made in 2 years. So for me, I think Chioma is not working in the company again. I don't know for what reason. But looking at this, if Chioma can make this amount in 1 year, she's the best selling agent, not Emeka. So we don't know the reason why Chioma was fired, if she was fired or if she lent voluntary. But if Tech PH can bring back Chioma, I think they will do well. Now let's see Tolu. Tolu made $6,209, right? In 2015. And we can see how he rose speedily to this amount in 2014, sorry, and it rose speedily to this amount in 2015. So while looking at data, we wouldn't just look at it at one hand. Now, yes, these three are still the best selling agent, but Emeka is not the first. We will say Choma is the best selling agent. But since Choma doesn't have any sales for 2015, we need to look into why. And if it's possible that Choma can also be retained, we need to advise them to bring Choma back. Okay, so let's go ahead to our analysis. We just use that to get a particular insight. So we have this, and we are going to name this as, let's write agent. So we're not going to bring in any chart here. There's a particular chart we'll use for this. So let's go into the next. Let's go to our fact table, insert, pivot table, add this to data model. Okay. So we would like to check the year. Let's see how, if there's a rise in sale or a decline in sales. To do that, let's go back to on our fact table. We bring in year. On our calendar table, sorry, we bring in year. And on our fact table, we bring in the total sales. So we have this like this. So let's number format, currency, change this to 0 and okay. So we now see that the company did better in 2015 years. So there's a sales increment. So let's bring in our charts. People chart analyze. We would like to bring in a bar chart. Yeah, let's use this, the clustered bar chart. So let's clean our charts. We don't need chart title. We don't need the vertical axis, primary horizontal, sorry. We don't need the grid line. We don't need the legend. For this, we'll do this. I click here and say no outline. So these are here. So next we want to do the sales by branch. So let's call in a new pivot table. Click on your fact table, click on the data point, go to insert, click on pivot table and check add this to data model and OK. So we have this here. So let's just rename this to branch. Okay, so let's right click and change tab color. Okay, so we take branch to rows and we take total sales to values. So we have that here already. So let's just compare them against the year. Let's see how the branch did in 2014 and how they did in 2015. So yeah, we take year to column. So number format, we want to change that to currency. We don't need the decimal place and OK. So we have this. We have GRA here. Now let's just see. GRA did very well in 2014. They had a total of 5,194. But we can see there's a very decline in sales in 2015 from $5,194. They had a decline to $808. So the company really needs to look into GRA and see what is going on here. Now for town, we can see a decline. They just made only $231 in 2014. But in 2015, we can see a significant what growth here. Woji, they had 3,834. Even GRA did better than Woji in 2014. But Woji stepped up their game and made what 7,306 in 2015. So they really need to look into Woji and see what is going on here and apply it in the other branch. So let's bring in a chart to purchase this more. So okay, let's use a close start column. I think this is okay. So let's sort this. We want to sort from largest to smallest. Okay. So let's clean our charts. Click on this plus sign. We don't need the primary vertical. We don't need grid lines. Yes, we need our legend. So right click here and say hide or field button. Right click here and say no outline. So we have this as so. So let's move on to the next. Let's check our monthly sales. Let's see how the company is doing monthly. Go to your fact table, data points, insert, pivot table, add this to data model and OK. Okay, so we have this. So let's see if our calendar table is here. It's not here, so we click on all, calendar, we take months to row, and on our fact table, we take total sales to values. I click here, number formats, currency, we don't need the decimal, and OK. So we have this. Let's use a bar chart for this. Pivot table analyze, pivot charts, bar. Let's sort this. Let's change the bar. We can see. So let's spin this. chart title, remove grid lines, remove legend, add data labels. I click here, I don't click buttons here. I click here and say no outline. So we name this month. So next we want to check by day. How is our sales by day? We can also do this. Let's get our fact. Though we're not going to use this for our chart, but we want to just use it for our fact. So we have this here. So imagine we take branch to this. We want to see how the branch are doing. Now, this is for GRA. This is their sales for September, November. And we can see GRA don't have any sales for March. What happened during March that they did not what have any sales? For November, we can see town. Town did not sell for November and April. There's an issue here. 2 months and there was no sales. Just November, April, January, June, February, July, and December. That is, we have how many months here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So ahead of 12 months, the town branch only opened for 5 months. There's a big issue here that we have to check. Now, Woji is the top selling branch, and they say they opened for the entire 12 years. Why GRA did open for March and May? So, the company needs to work on town to know why out of 12 months they were open for just what 7 months. So let's continue. Now we want to bring in our day. So insert pivot table, add this to data model. Okay. So let's click all to activate our calendar table also. We take day name to row, and on our fact table we take this. Let's format first. Oh sorry, need to write 0 there. So let's sort. So let's not the highest selling day. Now we can see Monday is the highest selling day. So let's bring out a column chart for this. Okay, so let's bring in branch to get more insight into our data. Before then, let's clean our charts. So now we see GRA open for the 7 days in a week, Town open for just 5 days in a week, and Woji opens for 7 days in a week. Same town. What is happening on Friday and Tuesday? The company really needs to what? Look into it. So we need let's take it up and add data labels here. Okay. So we're going to rename this as what? Day. So let's check our products. Insert pivot table. Add this to data model and okay. Okay, so we take products to rows, we take total sales to values. Currency, we don't want the decimal place, and okay. So let's get insight on this. I will say that HP is the highest selling product. So let's take branch here. Let's see what product sells well. Now we see GRA doesn't sell Apple products. Town doesn't sell Dell products. Woji sells the entire product. And we see all the branch they make a high sales on, especially HP laptop. Okay, so for this, we'd like to bring out a chart, a column chart, and a column chart is going to have the picture of the product right on top of the column. So let's do that, but we have to do it out of the pivot table. So we need to call this out. So equals to A4. Let's keep the grand total equals to B4. Okay, insert, and we want to insert this column chart. Okay, let's clean our chart. Remove this, remove this. We need our data label, but we want them inside base. Okay, we don't need this line yet. So I click here and say no outline. Let's do something. Let's change this to 10 and we want it bold. Okay. And let's increase the width of our column. Click on the chart, right click and go to format data series. We're going to change the gap width to, let's use 75. Okay, so next we're going to add another chart to this. So let's copy this, Ctrl C, click on the chart and say Ctrl V. So we have double charts like this. But we're going to change this chart to a line chart. So let's do that first. Right click here and go to change chart type. We're going to use combo, and this is exactly what we want to use. So let's just do okay. So next we're going to come here and we're going to delete this. So click on the chart, right click, format data series. So we have this here. Now we are going to go to fill and line. We are over here. On fill and line, let's say no line. We don't have that line. Let's go to this marker. Go to marker options. Click on built-in marker and we're going to change this to 20. Okay. So next, let's do something else. Let's bring in our pictures. So go to insert, illustration drop down, pictures, this device. We're going to bring in, sorry, all the pictures. So we have Apple, we have Compa, Dell, HP. What's left now is Lenovo. Let's use this. Okay, insert. So we have our pictures. Now let's just go and change it. Let's make this 0.7. Okay, so all our pictures are here. So even at that, take us to picture format. Let's pick a border for our pictures. Mm, let's use what we have here. Let's just go to picture border. I just give the border a black border. And that is okay. So now we have all our pictures. But we can see some are looking bigger than others. I don't know. So let's do this again. Let's confirm the size of this one. And this is 0.7. And what is the size of this? So they are all the same size. So we'll make use of it like that. So apple first. So let's apple. This apple. You come here and do Ctrl C. Click on apple, just apple, and say Ctrl V. So you have your picture here on apple. But it has eaten away everything. So we need to reduce the size. So let me confirm the size. 0.46. So let others be that too. So hold down shift and click on others. Picture format 0.46. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay. So next is compact. How do we have that? Oh, I think this is HP, not Apple. No, this is Apple. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Dell, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. HP, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Oh, HP, sorry, let's do that again. Ctrl C. I have to make sure we're clicking just in one. Ctrl V. And the last is Lenovo. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, we have the settled. So what do we do with all this? We just delete them. So we have this, that's this. So let's rename this to, we can decide to sort this. Okay, so let's add a tab color to this. So now let's bring in our KPIs. Next, let's get our KPIs. So insert, pivot table, add this to data model, and okay. So we're going to be creating measures for our KPI. The first measure we'll create is the total revenue. So right click here and click on add measures. So we rename this as total revenue. So equals to sum. And what do we want to sum? We sum this. Close the brackets. We want it in currency and okay. So here we have it. So let's track it down here. That's our total revenue. Next, let's get our growth rate. But for we to achieve that, we need to get the amount for our current year and the amount for our previous year. So let's get for our current year first. Right click on fact table, add measures. So name this as CY, that's current year revenue. So we're going to use total YTD to get that. So just click total. I want to use this one down here, total YTD. Now, we want to our total revenue. Come this way, put a comma, calendar date, tab, close your brackets, currency, and okay. So we have our CY revenue here. Next, we're going to get our present year revenue. And we are going to use the if formula to calculate it. If and calculate, we're going to use both formula to get that. So if tab calculate, we have our total revenue here, put a comma, we're going to use same period as last year, and on our calendar dates, close the brackets, equals to blank. All right, blank. Now once we are saying that if this formula comes up and it gives us blank, so that's why we're using the if formula. So we're going to write blank here, put a comma, and put 0. So if Excel should calculate this formula and it comes out blank, instead of blank, give us what? 0. Else, calculate this. So instead of giving us blank, let's copy this. We'll tell it to input this. Control C. Come right here and press Shift, Enter, Control V. And let's close this twice. Let's click OK. So we have our CY revenue and we have our PY revenue. Now, with these two, with our current year revenue and our previous year revenue, we can calculate our growth rates. So let's jump ahead right into it. So I click on your fact table, add measures. So we're going to name this as growth rates. So we're going to use the divide function for our growth rates. So equals to divide. And what are we dividing? We're dividing our current year revenue by what? Our previous year revenue. So comma, PY revenue. Now we're going to write comma and 1. In case of any error, that's why we're using this -1. In case of any error, we're going to comma 1 and -1. This will take care of any error that's going to come across here. So number, and we want it at percentage, and click OK. So let's see what we have here. We have our growth rate at 12%. Okay, next we want to get the average amount sold. We also want to get the number of staffs and the number of products using measures. We're going to use that. So let's say AVG amount. So equals to average, an average of what? Total sales. Close the brackets. We want it in currency. Okay. So let's see what we have here. And that's our average amount. So next we want to count the number of staffs we have. So we're going to use distinct count for this. Distinct count counts the number uniquely. So distinct count of what? Sales agents. Close your brackets. We wanted the number, and we're going to change this to one number also. Okay. So that's our number of staff, 11. Last but not the least, we want to count the number of products we're selling. So this number of same, so equals to, we use distinct count also, and the count of what? Our products. Close your brackets, number, one number, okay. So our total revenue is 19,623. Our numbers of products are 5. The number of staff is 11. Our growth rate is 12%. And the average amount sold is $456. That's all for this analysis. We're going to jump right in to building our beautiful and wonderful dashboard. Hey, see you in the next class and have a good day.